Welcome to Team Tigio Court TV, where we upload videos every single day. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share our videos.
Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Wayne County Prosecutor.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. James Stewart here on behalf of the defendant.
All right, we're here for probation violation hearing, and we're proceeding to a hearing today.
Yes, Your Honor, we would like to get some facts on the record so the court is fully advised of what's happening in this case.
Okay, any opening statement, Ms. Goodrich?
No, Your Honor.
Any opening statement, Mr. Goodrich?
Just briefly, Your Honor, I believe as the facts come in, we're going to find out that Mr. Larson is in violation of some of these things due to the fact that he hasn't completed them all. But our hope is that we can show the court that he hasn't been completely neglecting his duties and what he's told the court he will be doing. Yeah, he has completed some, he has some to go. And that's what we're hoping to accomplish by today's hearing, is to show you that he hasn't completely, as I guess kids would say, blown off his requirements, but just hasn't completed them all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Berger Larson, you can have a seat if you want. Be careful as you sit down. All right, Ms. Goodrich, your first witness.
I'd like to call Erica White, please. Agent Erica White.
Okay. All right, Ms. White, good afternoon. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Good afternoon, sir.
All right, would you please raise your right hand for me? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Yes, I do.
Put your hand down. Ms. Goodrich, go ahead.
Thank you. Can you start by stating your name for the record, please?
Agent Erica White
And where are you employed?
with Oakland County Troy Probation.
And what is your position there?
I'm a probation officer.
And Agent White, do you know Tor Bragger Larson?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you know him?
He is a probationer that I supervise.
Okay. And is that courtesy supervision for Agent Eric Young?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you aware of the request and summons for probation violation that was filed on August 25th of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you tell the court as to count one, what the defendant has failed to address in his financial obligations?
Yes, ma'am. Well, according to the document, it states that he failed to provide proof of attending AANA meetings.
Okay, but
I'm sorry. You said, I'm sorry, ma'am. You said financial obligations, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So he failed to address any financial obligations ordered by the court. It says $350 in parentheses. So I'm assuming that that's what that is.
Okay. So he has not made any payments towards the financial obligations?
According to Agent Young, yes, ma'am. No, he hasn't. I don't have view of that. So whenever I needed payment information, I would have to email Agent Young.
Okay, thank you. And as to count two, that the defendant has failed to attend AANA meetings as directed, do you know how he's failed to attend those as directed?
Well, let me say, he did provide some AA sheets to me, stating that he would attend AA meetings online and AA meetings in the area because he was up in Upper Michigan doing work. He would provide like AA meetings. Now, unfortunately, we did receive new cell phones because he would text those to me, the sheets, and I was unable to, I couldn't switch everything over. So He did provide some, when he would report, he would actually text me like the sheets that he would attend AA meetings.
Okay, and how often were you expecting him to attend the AANA meetings?
As often as the probation order stated. So let's see. Let's see.
The court will take judicial notice that the probation order required the probationer to attend AA, NA, or CA meetings at the frequency required by the field agent.
Right. So they did not give me any frequency when the transfer came, but Mr. Bragger was providing me statements whenever we would meet. And at the time he was meeting, he started off at a medium, and he was reporting to me monthly. So he would give me monthly statements that he was like attending sometimes weekly, sometimes every other week.
Okay. Now, count 3 says that he had failed to engage in substance abuse treatment. Did he provide you any proof of attending any substance abuse treatment?
No, he didn't. I did refer him. Wait a minute, substance abuse treatment. I think it was assessment. Oh, assessment. I don't know about treatment. These are things. This is Agent Young did the violation, sir, ma'am, and I provided him with information that I have.
Okay.
So yes.
Did he complete his community service?
He did not complete his community service.
Okay. Did he ever provide you proof of employment?
No. He at times when we would meet, when he was where he was staying at, he would be at work at times when he would we would do the video chat.
Okay.
So he would show me that he was at work.
Okay, thank you. Did he provide you any proof that he addressed the outstanding legal matters in either Indiana or Iowa?
No, he did not provide proof of that, and he did not do that. I would bring that up at every meeting that we would have, and he said that he would get to it because he did not want to be, he wasn't sure of the him being locked up. And at this time he was trying to work to save up money and things like that. So,
okay,
but he was reminded at every report that he needed to take care of that matter.
Thank you. No further questions.
Any cross-exam?
Yes. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I'm gonna sort of go back through the list again real quick. You don't have any knowledge of the financial obligations or failure to do any of the financial obligations. That didn't go through you?
That did not go through me, no, sir. I would have to email.
Okay, so you don't know if he was making payments or not. That was anything you were addressing?
No. So whenever I would do like a case report or restitution review, whatever it was, I would have to email Agent Young to get the information because we are not in there in the system for Columbia County. Yes.
Okay, so that's count 1. Then count 2, he did show some AA items to you that he was attending AA?
Yes.
Okay. In count 3, it talks about a substance abuse treatment program. To your knowledge, was he ever ordered to do that?
I followed when I received the transfer. I followed what was on the transfer. As far as a treatment program, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then number 4 says, that he failed to undergo a substance abuse assessment. Do you remember anything about him qualifying under the VA to get the assessment? Did he discuss that with you?
He did not discuss that with me, but I had made several, I had made referrals for him to get an assessment. Mr. Brager never told me anything about him going to VA to obtain the assessment. If he had, that wouldn't have been a problem. I just wanted him to get the assessment done because it was on the order.
Okay, so that was on the order, but you weren't aware that he could qualify through VA.
No, I'm pretty sure he would qualify if he went down there and requested an assessment. But.
Okay, all right. And then you said he did not complete his community service. However, did he supply you that he had been doing some community service?
Not that I can recall. Let me look and see, because I can tell you if he gave me anything about community service, I would have uploaded it. So 1 second, sir. So there's nothing uploaded. So I don't recall getting anything regarding community service. No, sir.
Okay. Do you remember how many hours he was supposed to do a community service?
360.
460, okay.
360.
Oh, 360, I'm sorry. There's a little bit of feedback here. So you're not aware that he has done a couple hundred hours of community service?
No. That was another thing that was always addressed when we would meet, that he needed to get in complete community service hours as well.
Okay. And then, but you said number 4 that some that times when you were talking, he was at his place of employment. That's the reason you were doing it via video.
Yes.
Okay. And then the 2 matters for Iowa. Okay. About how much longer does he have on his probation? If you know.
Well, he's to discharge June the 20th of 2026. He had a 3-year term.
Okay, June of next year. Thank you very much for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Any redirect?
No redirect.
All right. Thank you, Ms. White, for your testimony. You're excused.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Goodrich, any additional proofs?
No additional witnesses.
Mr. Gilbert, any proofs?
Yes, I would like to call my client.
Mr. Brigger Larson, you want to come on up to this stand here? All right, Mr. Murday, I got to put you in a waiting room for a minute. Just sit tight.
Yep.
And as best you can you raise your right hand for me? I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go ahead and have a seat there.
Sir, can you state your name for the record, please?
Tor Braga Larson Jr.
And sir, you know why you're here today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm going to take you right through these counts and have you explain to me what you've done, okay?
Yes, sir.
Count 1 says that you failed to address your financial obligations to the court as ordered. What have you done in the last, I guess, 2+ years, a little bit over 2 years on your probation to satisfy that requirement?
I was making payments monthly, but it was for oversight of probation. I was unaware that that money was, I didn't have a second address to send money to. So the statement that 0 came to Sheboygan is true.
Okay. And since
the other money, I was making monthly payments, but it wasn't going to restoration. It was only to probation, which was my misunderstanding.
So you were making some payments, but not enough.
But it didn't go to, there were supposed to go to 2 different places. I was only paying 1.
Okay. And do you have the means to get that remedied?
Yes, and once I found out it goes to the county clerk, I made a call while incarcerated and initiated that payment. But I never received an invoice or any number that was supposed to go to a different place. And I respect responsibility, but I still didn't know.
Okay.
So you told me yesterday.
Okay, so then I'm gonna take you now to count 2. AA, tell us about your attendance in the AA and the two years plus a couple months, I guess, what, 2 years, 4 months?
Yes, I started out with the sign sheet, and I was going once a week and then once a month, and then I started going via Zoom meetings because I have friends that are in the program in Texas and Florida, and I was attending and still am through, it's called Chairs. But when I discussed that with my probation officer, I said, I don't know how to, prove that I'm doing this, whether it's an IP address and she said, well, take a screenshot or something so that you have proof. And like when I'm out of town for the PBT test, I take a picture of my sheet because I have to go to police departments.
Mhm.
My normal, when I'm in Oakland County, it's called results. And that's where I go take, random testing. And they're in the same building as her. But if I'm in Traverse City or Harbor Springs, I have to go to an alternate place. So to answer your question on the AAs, I gave sheets and then I had screenshots of my Zoom meetings.
Okay.
And I probably get IP address to prove.
Okay. I'm going to group count 3 and count 4 together. It has to do with your substance abuse assessment and possible substance abuse treatment. What have you done on the assessment? The worker's saying she gave you the information. Have you done it? Have you not?
Yes, it's at 9 Mile in Woodward, and I did the process, and I've done them before, so I'm familiar with the process. But online questionnaire, and then counselor reads that, and you go back and meet and talk about the answers. I did that, and that's at the point where you discuss further treatment if needed or what you want to do. And what they came back with me was $150 for what I've done. And then rather than an avenue of treatment, whether it was group meetings or whatever, they gave me a catalog of how much I could afford, not proceeding. And so I told them, out of my wallet, and that's when I learned about the AA. Now, she doesn't recall, but I
you
told
said
her,
AA, do you mean VA?
VA for AA, for the assessment.
Okay.
And in the same building with the testing, the sheriff, and probation is a VA outlet, and I talked to them. I did not follow up on it because I did the assessment, but didn't want to pay the $150.
Okay.
So that's not complete, but addressed.
Okay. I'm going to take you to count 5. That's your community service. Have you completed your community service?
It is not complete.
Have you been doing community service?
I have, and I started off.
Where have you been doing community service?
Yes, it's not complete, and she doesn't recall, but I have a folder in my personal belongings that has a community service sheet with her initials on it. So she doesn't recall, or it's not in her computer, but if I can get into my personal items, I can show you signed community service and her acknowledgement of it.
Okay.
It's not complete.
Okay, you haven't completed. Where were you doing community service at?
Initially it was at Brandon Township, and it was in the past I actually helped build some baseball fields there.
Okay.
So that was my contact, and it was authorized to do. So I started there, and then I did some Salvation Army, and then I went to the Birmingham fire department, but only a couple times, and then I haven't been back, and then at church. So
do you have a legitimate estimate of how much community service that you've done? Or I don't want you guessing or misleading the court. Do you have an idea?
I'll answer no, but I still have over 100 due. I know that because that was one of my benchmarks to try to, because my time frame was to be finished with everything by June.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
no, I can't answer that specifically.
Count 6, proof of employment. What did you do with the field agent to verify where your employment is, or where did you fail in verifying your employment?
Okay, I told her from the beginning that I'm self-employed and I 1099. And all these questions she has addressed with me. She didn't fail to ask me about these. And like she said, when I was out of town working, we would do Zoom or Apple person-to-person meetings. And I showed her where I was working. I showed her the hat with the company name on it. And then I gave her company names with supervisors and phone numbers, but that I didn't have a pay stub. Because like when I do handyman work, I get paid cash. There's no paper trail. And I 1099 as far as taxes go. But she's asked me all these questions, and I gave her the landscaping name in Harbor Springs and the same company I do for work in the Tri-County area. And then I walk dogs, I watch houses, I do, menial stuff, so I can't really prove it other than the fact that I'm not living under a bridge. But.
Okay. And then tell the court the situation about Indiana and Iowa.
Iowa is done except for payments, and they're on a payment program. I went a lot of years without, that's a long story because I spent thousands and thought I had it taken care of until I got a bill in the mail. I owe them $800 now, and I'm on a $30 a month payment that I didn't start a continuous payment until after I was ordered to. Indiana, I have, the same counsel. Well, he's going to retire, but I have to. The lawyer that was dealing with Mr. Kehoe when I was incarcerated here. And his advice to me was to let him know when I was coming, and he'd make sure that it was a day that I'd report on a day when the magistrate was there so that I could get out on bond. I have a place to stay there, and I've been, and I said, and like she said, I said, I don't want to go until winter because I don't know if they're going to incarcerate me or not. And they didn't come get me when I was released here. And I I know that I've got to go, but.
So was your intention to take care of Indiana this winter?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got to take care of it.
Okay. Was it your intention to get these items that we've discussed that you haven't completely completed before June of 2026?
That was always my intent, but I agree that I'm failed on a couple. But yeah, that's my intent.
I have no further questions. Thank you, sir.
You cross the team?
No, Your Honor.
You can step in, sir.
That's it.
Any additional brief, Mr. Gilbert?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Closing argument, Mr. Gilbert.
Your Honor, as to count 1, it sounds like the defendant admits that he is behind on payments, but there may have been some confusion where he was supposed to pay and still needs to do that going forward. Count 2, it sounds like it's kind of vague as to how many AANA meetings he's supposed to be attending, but has attended some. Count 3, as to the treatment and the assessment, it sounds like he still needs to do that he did something on his own, but that wasn't reported and he didn't follow through with the actual treatment portion. Count 5, as to community service, it sounds like he still has some hours that he owes there. Count 6, I'm not sure how the MDOC handles the self-employment reporting, but the agent and Mr. Berger Larson both admitted that he had been working in some capacity. And then count 7, the legal matters as to the payments in Iowa, it sounds like that's not complete yet, and he still needs to turn himself in Indiana. So he's in violation of that at this time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gilbert.
Well, yeah, and you don't hear this very often from me, but I'm going to echo the closing of basically the prosecutor. It does appear that there's been attempts on a number of these matters. However, they have not been completed. We'd ask that I believe the court's probably going to find him in violation of some of them, but we'd ask that the court give him the remaining 8 months of his probation to get these orders in compliance and fulfill the requirements of his probation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Breger Larson, I've got plenty of disappointment to dish out today. I am very disappointed in your progress on probation. I think that's no surprise to you from what I told you earlier.
Yes, sir.
And at your initial sentencing, despite the advisory guidelines range of 0 to 9 months, I went through all sorts of reasons why, there'd be grounds to exceed the guidelines because of your serious drunk driving history and history of not doing well on probation. And so I gave pretty specific instructions about, things I wanted you to do on probation. Your effort falls far short of what I had expected. But my disappointment doesn't end with you. I'm a bit disappointed in the Michigan Department of Corrections today. The agent clearly didn't know a whole lot about you or your situation or the case, or the requirements of probation, or the specifics of what we wanted to happen. So something gets lost in communication, and there are several of these allegations that are not proven today. There are some that are. So let me go through the 7 counts. Count 1. Failing to address financial obligations ordered by the court to be paid to the Sheboygan County Clerk's Office. That is proven by a preponderance of the evidence. He's not made any payments until I think just yesterday on his fines and costs. He said he has been making payments to the Department of Corrections for the monthly supervision fee, but that's just for the supervision fee. There's a number of fines and costs that were assessed that are due to the court, and he hadn't made any efforts to sort that out or make any payments to the court at all. We're now 2.5 years on his probation term, and by his own testimony, he's been working. He's had an ability to pay and hasn't. So count 1 is proven by a preponderance of the evidence. Count 2 about AA meetings is not proven by a preponderance of the evidence. The supervising agent in Oakland County said, well, he gives me AA sheets and it's at whatever frequency the court says. Well, the probation order, which I guess I was under the impression that probation agents read probation orders and make people do what they say. The probation order says he's got to attend them at the frequency directed by the field agent. There was no proof today that the field agent wanted him to attend meetings differently or more often than he was doing. So count 2 is not proven. Count 3, failing to engage in substance abuse treatment program, that is not proven. That again is as referred by the field agent, and the field agent did not testify about any substance abuse treatment. She directed Mr. Breger Larson to complete that he failed to do. Count 4, failing to undergo a substance abuse assessment. That is proven by a preponderance of the evidence. Count 4 is proven. That's because the probation order says you must complete a substance abuse assessment when you are referred by the field agent. So she said she'd been referring him and he hadn't provided her the proof that he'd completed that. So that has been proven by a preponderance of the evidence. Count 5, failing to address court-ordered community service. That also has been proven by a preponderance of the evidence. There's some conflicting testimony about whether he's completed any at all. The field agent says she doesn't know whether he has. He said he has completed some, but the probation order said he must perform 60 days of community service as directed by the field agent. So that, reasonably encompasses providing proof to the field agent that you've done it. And there was testimony today that she didn't have that proof. So I think count 5 has been proven by preponderance of the evidence. Count 6, failing to provide ongoing proof of employment, has not been proven. The says must make genuine efforts to seek to find and maintain legitimate employment. unless engaged in an alternative program approved by the field agent, you must provide ongoing verification of employment or alternative program to the field agent. He testified that he's self-employed. The field agent testified that he reports to her by video, sometimes from a work site. There was no testimony from the field agent that she has demanded proof that he has failed to give, or that she has not approved his self-employment and directed him to some other employment. So that allegation has not been proven by a preponderance of the evidence. Count 7, failing to address the outstanding legal matters in Indiana and Iowa. That also has not been proven by a preponderance of the evidence. The existing order says you must resolve all outstanding legal issues in Indiana and Iowa before discharge from probation. He's currently scheduled to discharge on June 20th of 2026. I'm disappointed at his lack of progress in taking care of those, but courts speak through their written orders, and I can't say that he has violated that term. So in summary, I find counts 1, 4, and 5 to be proven by a preponderance of the evidence. Those are all technical violations. They are the first, second, and third violations that are established. As a sanction, the court is going to do the following. I'm going to extend Mr. Brager Larson's probation. By statute, I can do that up to a year for 2 times. So I'm today going to exercise one of those options. I'm going to extend your probation to June 20th of 2027. I'm going to order that you serve 45 days jail and give you credit for 45 days served. By my count, you've sat 56 days since I remanded you. 3 technical violations is a maximum of 45 days. So I'll impose that. If there's further problems down the road, you'll get credit for all 56. And I'm also going to modify another term of probation and order that you resolve all the outstanding warrants by June 20th of 2026.
Yes, sir.
So that we're going to know ahead of time. I want you to be on top of that. I expect to see serious effort on your part. If we are back here on any technical violations, it would be your 4th, and I could revoke your probation and sentence you to prison. You can expect that I'll probably do that.
Yes, sir.
If you don't do all these things I wanted you to do, I meant them. I want them all done. I think your supervising agent has dropped the ball some, but she's not going to go to jail for you. If you don't do it, it doesn't matter if she didn't hold your feet to the fire. If we're at the end of probation and you didn't do it, you'll be doing time.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's the order of the court. I've filled out an order following probation violation. I'll direct the Department of Corrections to prepare an amended order of probation. But we will get this order back to the jail to get you processed out today.
Yes, sir. May I ask a question?
Yes.
Could you repeat when you talked about the warrants?
Yeah.
The date was June 20th, which is
Of 2026. So next year, when you would have been off probation, you got to take care of those by 2026.
the same day that.
Same day it was before.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm extending your probation to 2027.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But you can't wait until 2027 to take care of those warrants.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yep. No, I'm going to stay on schedule for the 20th. I mean, that's what I was gearing for.
Okay, very good. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor, thank
From the
you.
defense?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, I'm clearly understand. And I will.
Thank you.
So off the record for a second.